If you're a current mom feeling exhausted or a new mom feeling overwhelmed, you're in the right place. Today, I'm sharing some very practical, easy, simple mom hacks, mom tips, parenting tips. These are things that you need to implement. They're daily habits and routines. I am not here to tell you a million products to buy. Okay, there might be a couple. Those links, of course, will be listed, but mom hacks don't have to be adding things to your home. Let me dive into it. All right, we're going to start off with a controversial one. If you want to sleep train your baby, I'm not judging if you do or you don't. Obviously, we all have opinions. We're entitled to them. But if you are going to sleep train your baby at any point, do it before they can stand. When they are, depends on your kid, but maybe even 6, 7, 8, 9 months old and they stand at the side of the crib, if you leave them in there to cry for any reason, again, not saying I condone this, but I've heard this tip and I completely agree with it. Don't do it when they can stand. They get stuck standing, they're upset, and they almost will cry longer and harder because they don't know how to sit down and like lay back down and go to sleep. Some kids even get stuck, like they literally don't know how to get down. And mentally they're crying, they're standing, they're in that position. If you are going to sleep train, do it while they're still laying down. It's a lot easier to roll over and go to sleep, okay? Again, I'm not saying sleep train. We were very gentle with our children. We didn't like co-sleep or anything like that. We did get them on schedules and routines gently, but do it before they can stand if you are gonna do it. Tip number 2 is sunning clothing, especially breastfed babies. If they spit up or blow out, wash their clothing as usual, stain treat it maybe. While the clothes are damp, take them outside and put them in the sun. This can be winter, it can be summer. You want a sunny day though. The sun will help bleach out those stains. Now, this can be used with baby clothes, it can be used with burp cloths, burp rags, even like their floor mats, things like that, anything and everything. You can also use this with adult stuff, okay? I will sun our pillows. I'll sort of either throw them in the wash or dampen them, put them outside on like a blanket. The sun will help bleach them, okay? You can do this with anything and everything, but especially with baby items because you're gonna have those spit ups and blowouts. Formula can be a bit more tricky, and things like raspberry stains from food, they're not always gonna come out, but breast milk usually does, okay? So give it a try. It is free and it is easy to do. Tip number 3 is to get matching like plates, cups, bowls, utensils, okay? When you are making a meal for your toddler in the future, you might have babies right now, you might be working on your baby registry. Get matching stuff, okay? So one thing I did in our kitchen, we have all matching plates. They're just these round plates. I probably would have gotten like aluminum plates or something that's more eco-friendly as far as like not being plastic. Our kids are on plastic plates. It is what it is at this point, but they all match. My kid never complains that, oh, I want the yellow plate or I want the green plate, or having multiple children fighting over it. Now, we did not get matching cups. That's a problem. But I work it out and make it work. Even our silverware, it's not exactly matching. Like, say the forks, we have like a kind of like a gray, a blue, and a green. Like, they're very similar, but they still don't quite match. I recommend literally getting identical stuff. It just makes life easier. You already have the issue of like, say your toddler wants a cucumber. Do you want me to peel it? Do you want me to cut it in big cuts or little cuts or half moons? It's already difficult enough, okay? Make less decision-making around mealtime, less arguments, and less frustration. Just get matching stuff, okay? Do yourself this favor. When it comes to pacifiers, we did pacifiers. My first child, I took it away a little earlier. My second one, I let them keep it longer. I regret doing that because guess what? I took away their pacifier when they were around 2.5. And guess what I lost? Nap time. They were on their 1 nap a day, took away the passy, and we lost nap time completely. And it's not coming back. So what I would recommend is dropping the pacifier. Obviously, it's up to you. You can ditch the pacifier at 6 months. You can ditch it at 9 months. You can ditch it at 18 months. But I would do it at a time before they're going to give up their naps. Maybe you drop them from 2 naps a day to 1 nap a day. Do it for a couple of months and then be like, okay, now let's take the passy. They're still young enough to nap. They're going to nap. They're not reliant on the passy. Whatever you want to do, just don't do it as late as I did it because I lost nap time. They were so used to it and so comfortable with it. I'm not anti-passy though. If I had another baby today, I would give them the pacifier. I think I would take it away between 12 months and 18 months. That's what I think I would do. All right, so keep that in mind. Learn from my mistake, please. All right, this next one, I think I'm on number 4, is try not to start bad habits. And this can go in so many different ways. Sometimes it's even nice to avoid habits. Now, if they're good habits, that's great. But if they're bad or questionable, don't make it a thing. Like, okay, Take, for example, you go on a walk. You put them in the stroller and you give them a snack. Don't give them a snack every time. One day, give them a book. One day, give them a snack. One day, give them a toy. One day, give them nothing, and they just look at things and you talk. And it's up to you. Maybe you're like, no, I like doing a snack every walk. But then the one day you don't have a snack with you or on you, or it's not really snack time, you just had breakfast, you just had lunch, they're going to demand that of you because you created a habit. Be very thoughtful about your habits. Some other examples that I may or may not do with my children. If you let them watch anything on YouTube, do not skip the ads. Make them watch the ads. Okay? Because then every single time an ad pops up, they're yelling, Mom! And you got to come over and skip the ad. And then the whole point of them being on TV might have been to get something done. You're now not getting anything done, and you're like, why are they even watching TV? I should just turn it off. Another one would be if you are a Starbucks mom. I am not. This one's definitely not a me one. Don't introduce them to cake pops. Don't let them get a cake pop. Once you do it once, you're screwed. Or, other option, if you do at some point get them a cake pop, the next time you go to Starbucks, do not get them a cake pop. Unless you want it to be every single time you go, they get a cake pop. Which, do you want to spend the money on it, and do you want them to have a sweet treat? Maybe for you it's okay, maybe for you it's not. Depends on how often you're getting to Starbucks and what your budget is. Don't create habits you cannot maintain. And then a final example, and this is more from a mom perspective of like the people that deal with like anxiety or mom rage or overwhelm, you know, those feelings. So one rule I have, and I did very well with my first child, was they don't drink out of my cup. My cup only has water in it, okay? I'm not drinking Diet Coke and I don't want them to have it. It has ice water. I don't want them to drink off my cup. It has something to do with just being mine in my personal space. I'm not even really a germ freak. Like if they backwash in there, that's gross, but like it's not gonna kill me. It truly comes down to I want certain things to just be mine, and that's like my selfishness. Also with my first child, they have a dairy and egg allergy. So if I ate, say, mac and cheese, drank out of my water, I didn't want them to come in contact with that. So partially it was safety related, but part of it was that personal, I don't want you drinking off me. Like it just drives me crazy, and it's that just overstimulating. So again, don't start bad habits, okay? Think things through before you do them and think of the long term. Okay, we love our kids and we don't necessarily want them to have bad habits that we don't love, okay? And that can cause frustration with our children. So let's keep kids happy, mama happy, and keep good routines. Hopefully that makes sense. And again, apply it to your life and in your way. All right, I mean, it could be something as simple as, oh, I know another one. At the grocery store, my kid always sat in the baby seat in the front. One day I let them walk. And then the next trip they wanted to walk and they wanted to walk. And I was like, why did I let them out of the cart? I should have kept them in there and said, you always sit here, and kept firm with that good habit. It's tricky. Okay, that's just another example, but I'm sure there's a zillion more. Try to be really conscious of creating bad habits and avoiding it and stopping it, because the quicker you stop it, the better. The more the habit continues, the more ingrained it is. My next tip is moms and dads. It is up to you what your children eat. The parents that say my kids only eat chicken nuggets and fries, they only eat hot dogs, that's because that's what you buy them. If you never buy them, it's never a problem. I am failing in this area. This is not me preaching. This is just being honest and telling the truth. We feed our children what we buy at the store. If you don't want them to eat it, don't buy it at the grocery store. My biggest tip here would be learn how to cook before you have children, if possible, or when they're babies, when they're 6 months old and all that. I don't really feel like I learned how to cook. I went into my marriage, honestly, not very good at cooking. And we ate chicken nuggets and fries as adults. We ate Hamburger Helper. I don't know. Sometimes we didn't even eat dinner, because I actually worked as a nanny, and sometimes I'd be there till 7 p.m. and I'd kind of eat at their house. So we didn't always even eat together. I did not learn how to cook before I had children, and I wish I did. I wish I had 20 dinners that I was good at, and I introduced them to my children, and they just got used to liking what we liked for the most part. Obviously, you have different tastes. And then another snafu that really hurt me in the beginning was we realized our oldest was allergic to eggs and dairy, and I put cheese in a lot of stuff and butter in a lot of stuff. So that really hindered me developing a good introduction to food with them. So I'm definitely a failure at this, but I just want to tell you, if you are a young mom, learn how to cook, make meals, and don't make separate meals for your kids. Please don't do it. Hold off as long as you can on it. And maybe there's a certain meal that they really don't like and you make a separate dish for them. Okay, but don't make it a nightly routine. All right, it's just not the best thing to do. And we all know that, but it's taking those actionable steps to make it happen. Okay, so good luck on that. That's my mom tip regarding food, is just really try to get them to eat what you're eating and don't buy all the kid crap. All right, this is another simple one, doesn't cost you a thing. Throw an old pool towel or something in the back of your car. It comes in handy for water on the slides. It comes in handy if your kids happen to get in the mud and you want to put it on the floorboard or even in their car seat. Maybe they get wet, they jumped in a puddle and you don't have a backup outfit. Maybe they had a dirty diaper and you're at the park and you want to change them in the trunk of your car or even on the ground somewhere. This towel can come in handy for so many different reasons. Maybe they just need to have a little picnic snack and you don't have a full picnic blanket to get out. Throw your kids on a towel and it works. Okay, so for messes and wet and anything and everything, have a towel in your car. It can definitely come in handy in a pinch. This next tip is kind of different, but it's you don't have to do what other people do. Okay, a lot of people let their kids eat in the car. We don't. 95 to 99% of the time, our kids don't eat in the car. They really, really don't. They're getting a little older, so we might let them now a little bit. Still don't like to. They will occasionally get their water for a drink, but for the most part, we don't eat in the car. If we're on like a road trip, we stop to eat. We just haven't made that a tradition. It helps keep our car a lot more clean, and that's how we function. Our kids don't have iPads. Other kids do. At some point when we hit kindergarten, maybe we get one from the school. Maybe we have to get one. For now, we don't have one. We have flown with our children. We haven't done long road trips, but under 6 hours, and we've made do without an iPad. All right, it is possible. Don't do what other people do because you think that's the norm. You do what works for you. Another rule that we have in our home is food and drinks stay in the kitchen. Our kids don't walk around the house. Our couches, they don't have fingerprints and spills all over them because our kids don't eat on them. It is possible. Make the rules that work for you and your family. This is one where it's an item to purchase, and that is rain boots. I love rain boots for kids. Now, I am not a doctor. Is it good for their feet? I don't know. I never thought I was going to be a rain boot mama, but somebody gave us a pair, or maybe we bought a pair with our first child, and I realized how amazing they were. We go camping, rain boots in the morning, the grass is dewy. If you want to play outside or at parks and it's still a little damp, those tennis shoes get wet fast. Rain boots are the way to go. Also, if you have a kid that maybe is school age, maybe they're in kindergarten or even just a daycare or a preschool, and you want to keep their tennis shoes nice for those indoor type places more so, rain boots are great for just playtime at home. All right, they're easy to slip on and off, usually, depending on your kid's age and ability. But overall, we will always have a pair of rain boots for our kids. Never thought I would, but I highly, highly recommend. And another tip you're going to hear from a lot of moms is fewer toys, more imagination. Give your kids less stuff, and they actually will come up with things to do. Don't feel like you have to be on the floor playing with them 24/7. Give them that imagination time. Maybe spark an idea and let them run with it. Okay, I also keep a box in one of their closets. It's just a diaper box. I will throw toilet paper rolls up in this box. I will throw paper towel rolls. I found like a cord, and I think it went to almost like a necklace thingy from a cruise we went on, or I think one of the cords I found was from like a casino where the card clipped onto your purse or your pants, and it was like really stretchy and cool, and I was like, you know what? This looks like a cool kid item. Threw it in the box. I keep old like soap pump bottles and even soap like squeeze ones that have like, say like Dawn dish soap. I keep those, and those are gonna be summer play for like water play outside. All right, this is that like STEM, creative, imaginative, building stuff. I don't get this box out every day. Okay, it's rare that it comes out, but when it does come out, I want as many things in there as possible for great imagination play. Bring back the 90s kids where we built stuff and we used our imaginations. All right, that's what I'm after, and I'm constantly trying to get rid of toys, honestly. I think so hard when Christmas and birthdays come around, what do we actually want to bring into our home? And we try to do really practical items. We try to do outside items if possible. I know one item we got recently, I believe for Christmas, was gardening gloves. I try to like garden and be outside, and my kids want to join me, and adult gloves are ridiculous. So gardening gloves. Is that really a toy? No, but it is a practical and usable item. I try to get as few toys as possible, and I highly recommend that for you as well. And one thing I want to leave you with is to watch out for bad mom hacks. There's a lot of people out here giving you mom hacks where they're just trying to get you to buy products. Okay, they're trying to get after all those affiliate links. I like to recommend products as well, but they're products I believe in and that I do think are useful. Most of my mom advice is trying to save you money and save you the clutter of items in the first place. So watch out for those kind of mom hacks. Also watch out for mom hacks that are just creating more work. Silly ones like putting saran wrap on your child's clothes before they paint. Just put a bib on them, put a smock on them. Like, don't make things harder than they are. If you want to check out more videos on some silly mom hacks, I've got a couple. I will link them in the description and at the end of this video. Okay, so watch out for the bad ones, and hopefully at least one of these mom hacks or tips resonated with you. Which one did you like best? Leave it in the comments. Thank you so much. Check out those other videos and have a wonderful day.